Hey, what's up guys, this is Ivan Viljoen for the 220 at 220 generation. We are doing a teaching called Youth Ministry 101, and we are dealing with the elements of the meeting, elements of the youth meeting. Previous session we spoke about what is the purpose of the meeting, why does your youth ministry exist, and that is salvation of young people. And then we spoke about ministering to them, how do you do that, and how what is appropriate and what is necessary there. And then we spoke about creating a hype through music videos and how to use music and music videos in your meeting, especially through ministry and that kind of thing. This session I'm going to sort of tie up everything, tie up the elements of the meeting portion. First, I want to speak to you about something. You have now planned your whole meeting. You have got all the elements in. You know what you're going to use, whatever. Now, it's important for you to write or create a run sheet. We call it the run sheet, R-U-N, run sheet. And it's very important. The run sheet will help you keep time, not forget about certain elements, because sometimes what happens is I've asked the drama to prepare a piece and I don't have my run sheet in front of me, and we sort of follow the meeting and I completely forgot about the drama team and what they've prepared. And once I've done that, at the end we realize, hey, you know, we forgot to have the drama team do their thing, and the drama team will sort of get demotivated because they work so hard and you didn't use them in the meeting. So the run sheet will help you, number one, remember all the things that need to happen. Number two, it will help you keep time, because you will write down the time of everything, when everything should happen, and that kind of thing. It helps you create order, and all the people that work in different departments on that night are on the same page. They know exactly when, what's going to happen, why, and whatever. So your run sheet is something that you write up. I'll show you just now what it looks like. And on that run sheet, you will tell people, people use that as a reference. The sound guy will know when to play videos, when to play music, when to do what, when could he expect what, when should he check the mics are working, that kind of thing. The person who does the drama know when they come up, know when they should be ready. You know when you should preach, you know when the games should be, you know how much preparation should be used for the games. Those things are very important. So the run sheet will help you a lot. I picked it up from Urban Oak, the guys at Rhema. Yeah, so I just want to show you, if I can, the run sheet. The first portion of the run sheet is the preparation. So the prep team have an idea of exactly what should be on the floor. Remember, I spoke to you about designing the floor plan, what should all be there. Most of the time the youth ministry uses another facility that they have to prep beforehand and clean up afterwards. So your prep team, or the people that help you set up stuff, on the run sheet there is everything that should be done, everything that should be there. The run sheet looks more or less like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but there you can see there's the header with a date. Okay, so that you get confused, sometimes you'll want to file it. There's the preparation. I think it might be in mirror right there. There you see the preparation, so the people can see what they need to prepare for the venue. Then the program, you see there on the side is the times and when exactly every event is going to happen. Alright, that thing is very important. You hand that out to all your leaders. The person who runs the my dream or my vision is to have a person that runs the service, so I can focus on God and I can focus on ministry itself, and then I have a person that sort of manages the stage and manages the meeting, and she sort of, so ideally is, you know, it would be nice when you really get set, your ministry's grown 2-3 years in, you've got walkie-talkies or things and everyone can communicate with each other, especially if you have a big venue. Walkie-talkies and that kind of stuff is important, but let's not focus on that right now. Remember, everything that we spoke about, all the elements in the meeting, it's impossible for you to do it alone. So you need to. I find a lot of pastors, they want to do everything themselves. They want to have their finger in the pie with the youth. They want to have their finger in the pie with the youth ministry. They want to control the worship team, everything. You can't do it. Pastors, listen to me. And also youth pastors, don't control everything. You need to release people, tell them what's their responsibility, tell them what's your vision, what you expect, and give it to them to do. Give it to them for a season. Yes, people will mess up. People do that. We are all humans. We're not perfect yet. So we need to release and let people work with ministries, give them time. If you see them mess up and they're becoming a mess in stories, then you start working with the people. Don't just close ministries and kick people out and whatever. Remember, don't release a leader unless you're 100% sure that you're going to work with them. Okay, because it's a lot harder to get people out of leadership than to get them into it. Okay. Got a couple of minutes left in this session and in this portion. Like I said, you can't do it alone. So what you want to do is in that meeting, we spoke about identifying talent, identifying leadership. That's what you want to do. In the meeting, though, that's why the meeting is so important. You'll see kids flourish. You see kids do certain things. So what you want to do as the pastor or the youth leader, you want to identify skills. You want to identify gifts, talking about spiritual and natural gifts. You want to identify talent. And then as you get into the thing, 3-4 weeks, maybe 2-3 months, then you start building a team. Get kids involved. Get some certain kids. Get a person to run your drama team. Get a person to run your prep team. And those are really people that become your disciples. You walk a path of them because we'll talk about those teams and all that, developing leaders later on. And those will form part of your core group that sort of get everything. There are different departments, like for instance, drama, sound, lights, all that kind of stuff. It's important to do that. Just before I forget, if you have the run sheet here, sometimes what you can do an Excel spreadsheet, and you can have all that stuff written in a column, right? Like your time in one column and your description in one column, and the rest of the columns you can have it landscape. And then what you can do, you can write there who's involved, what department, and sort of specifics of where the light should be, all that kind of stuff. But that is very difficult, and I'm talking about difficult because the person who works with you and who checks this and runs the lights, you need to really have a dedicated team who submit to you and listen to what you say. It's very difficult to get that thing running. Last but not least, how are your kids going to get to youth? I have found that 60% of the youth, a big youth, I'm talking about when you realize that, listen, we've now grown or whatever, go and look at 60% of the people have sort of trusted God or sorted out transport for them. In one youth ministry I was working, we were 25, 30 for a long time, and until I started drawing and ministering or recruiting from, say, children's homes and youth hostels and that, and getting those kids into our youth meeting, the youth growth, we grew from 25 to about 70 in the span of 3 months when we sorted out transport. How are kids going to get there? You need to think about that. Do they use their parents? Parents are funny people. Parents, I'm telling you straight, I know you. You are funny people. One Friday, you feel like taking your kids because they need God and they need some ministry. The next weekend, you just don't feel like taking them. And for us, it's difficult because it's inconsistent. Our pastors look at us, they don't want to know anything except how many people were you on Friday. You know, it's sad that it's like that, but that's how it is. And it's really a drawback. So what you want to do is you want to try and make available transport. In other words, organize things. See which groups sort of form. And then get those groups and try and identify one or two. Get involved with the parents. Ask them if they're not prepared to start lift clubs. You know, in the group there'll be 2 or 3 cars. What's nice is if you get young adults, they come in, they already have cars, they'll drive people around. That's a blessing. But if you work with a young group, try and get them. Hello, Willem. Try and work there. Try and get them involved in lift clubs, taking a turn every second Friday or every third Friday, whatever. you got to make that available. All right, organizing lift clubs, mini buses, big buses. You could buy it, you could hire it. Those are all things that you have to trust God for. But hear what I'm saying now. Without, let me see the time there. Without sorting out the transport, you will have a lot of difficulty. This has been Ivan Viljoen for the 220, ending off the session. The session's called Elements of the Meeting, and 220generation.com is our website. God bless.